Hey guys, it's Cindy over at paper.old.new. Thanks for coming to spend some time with me today. I am working on another pocket for my idea book. Now, this is going to be how to make your own CD pockets, with the circle window. This is how I do it. So I'm sure there's lots of people out there that do it all kinds of different ways. I am going to jump right in and tell you that I start with a 12 by 12 piece of paper. It does not have to be double-sided. The papers that I have chosen today are double-sided. You can obviously make this out of anything you want, and you can make the inside of your CD pocket. You can decorate it however you want. Double-sided paper works great for this because the inside of your pocket, usually the front and back of the paper coordinate. So I have that. And then the inside of your pocket is part of your, you can see the other side through the inside of the pocket. You know what I mean. Yeah, I know. I'm talking all over the place. Okay, so I usually cut, if I'm going to make a 6 by 6, okay, that's basically what I'm going for here, is a 6 by 6 square. Because as we know, all the CD pockets are square. So I cut a 6.5 inch strip off of a 12 by 12 piece of paper. Because when I fold it in half, I get my 6 inches going this way. The way I'm going to get my 6 inches going this way is I'm actually going to do some scoring. Just because it makes it easier and I don't have to worry about where I'm doing my cutting and whatnot. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my sheet of paper. This is the side that is, this is what I'm going to use for my inside. Okay. I am going to score the whole thing. It will give me two things. It'll give me a place to cut because I'm going to cut half of it off, and it'll give me my places to fold. So we're going to do this at a 1/4 inch on this side. And I'm going to go all the way down the page. Oh. Well, if my page doesn't move on me. So a 1/4 inch on that side, and then we're going to come in and do a 1/4 inch in on the other side. This should be 6.5 inches, so you should be doing this at a 1/4 inch and 6 1/4 inches. Right? Okay, so a 1/4 inch and 6 1/4 inches. If you want, you can then turn this 90 degrees and give yourself a 6 inch score line for your mid fold. Okay, that's kind of, I mean, all of this is optional, but that's definitely optional. Okay, so this is going to be my front. I fold it up and I go like this and I have a front. Now, I do know that what I want to do is I want to cut these at an angle here. I'm not going to need the angle on the other side, but just to make this easy right now, I'm cutting from my score line out at an angle like that. So my 2/4 inch spots are now have little angled tops. And then what I'm going to do is I want this piece. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I want the piece on the front. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this because I can start and stop where I want to. And I'm going to take a ruler and I'll cut this off. I'm going to cut this 1/4 inch off. Oh, no, I need my big ruler. I like to line it up. So I'm going to cut this 1/4 inch off. Why is that? Oh, I don't even have that straight on my board. Guys, I was made to make a big boo-boo. That was going to be all kind of wonky, and I was going to mess this up entirely. Okay, let's try that again. I'm going to take a 1/4 inch off, but only on the bottom, on the back half. So the easiest way for me to do this is going to be, we're going to go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and that should be where I stop. Okay, and then you can just, I'm going to cut out at an angle again, and then this should just pull away. Well, if you went all the way through it, it should pull away. Okay, and then I have my fold over piece here. See that? So that folds. All right, and then we're going to do the same thing on the other side, but because I flipped it around, I'm cutting down here. We're all keeping up, right? I'm going to do 2 more of these. We'll do this process part first, and then we'll do the putting together. We'll do the cutting part first, and then we'll do the putting together part. Okay, so this time, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I'm going to start. In this pattern paper, it's really hard for me to see the score, but we're going to start at the 6-inch mark, and we're going to pull all the way down to the bottom. And then to cut it free, again, I'm going to go at an angle. Like that. The angle doesn't really matter. It's just enough to make it so that it's not visible. And then I'm going to give this a little fold just so I know where it is. So now my square is 6 inches. And when I fold this up, I've got a little piece to fold around to the back to seal the back of the thing. Now, if this little 1/4 inch piece, you don't feel like that's enough, you can obviously make this wider. I mean, you could make the pocket, you could make it 7 inches wide and do a 1/2 inch on each side. It's whatever you feel comfortable with. Now, I'm not going to seal it yet, because if I seal it, I won't be able to cut my circle. Okay. Next step. Now, this is going to be based on what equipment you yourself have. I happen to have, maybe I don't have. Found them. I happen to have this. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my circle cutter. I actually have 2, so I'm going to check something real quick. Do I want the inside of this, or do I want the outside of this? Because that's going to be a bigger circle. It's going to be a much bigger circle. Okay, we're going to do... Let me see how close that comes to the end, because this is the closest blade I have. So where is that going to sit? That's going to give me not a lot of space. These aren't my only options. I can get the little guy. Okay, if I use him, I get a 4-inch circle, which leaves me about 2 inches around for decorating and playing, and you get a little window. So let's try that and see what we think. And then if we don't like it, I can always go out a little bit. I can make up to a 4.5 with this. And I would have an inch, what, 1.5 inches? Okay, so I make my circle like that. Over there, and there we have it. So here's my circle. And here is my CD pocket, right? Now this is wide. Like I said, this is a 6-inch pocket. So you're going to be putting this, that your page needs to be at least 6.5 inches wide. So that's the other thing, is you have to determine how big you want it. Then we are going to get some acetate. Now, I don't want the part down here that's sticky, so I'm just going to cut this off because I need to open this acetate anyway. And I don't want the part with the glue on it. So we're going to get rid of that. And we're going to take this and cut this. Doesn't have to be completely straight, only because I'm going to be putting it I don't want the part with the hole in it either, so we're going to cut this off. This, one of these little packets, this was a packet like a sticker sheet or something came down in here. It will give you 2 pieces for, so you can make 2 windows out of this. So I'm just going to cut along here. And then, of course, we're going to trim it up as necessary. So if it's got weird folds or something in it, it'll all get taken care of. Okay. Now, so this will cover our hole. And we don't need... We're actually going to try and cut this with... My hole is only 4 inches around, so we're going to make a 5-inch square out of this. I think. We're going to try. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that cut okay. I don't remember if this is how I cut the acetate last time or not. I've done these once before. Okay, and we're going to cut this bottom piece off. We just need enough, obviously, to cover our little opening. Okay, I think that cut free. Oh, didn't cut that piece. Okay, let's get rid of those. It's hard working with clear materials. Mostly because I can't see what I'm doing. Okay. Now, I'm going to do an extra step here, and this extra step is entirely up to you. Obviously, all of this is entirely up to you, but this particular step is going to be entirely up to you because I'm going to put a piece of paper in here to cover the acetate so that when you're sliding something in this pocket, you don't catch on the acetate. All right, so that goes down. Let me get my... now, the trick to this is, of course, remember, first of all, knowing what size circles you cut. But the trick to this is going to be... So there's my pocket. See? Cute, right? You can see the acetate in there. Adorable. Okay. Now my acetate, I only glued it right around the circle. So it's still free here. So you can catch things on it. So what I like to do is take a piece of scrap paper that I know I am not going to use probably for anything else. I realize I coffee dyed this and that's all fine and well, but I'm probably not going to use this for anything else. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut a 5 3/4 inch a 5 3/4 inch square. This is so that I don't interfere with any of my folds inside my circle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. Okay. I hope this process isn't too overly complicated. And of course, any of these steps that you look at and go, that's not necessary. I mean, feel free to leave them out. I'm not, obviously this is just the way I do it. So, and then I'm going to do 5 3/4 this way. And we have our little square. And then the question, of course, is what do you do? I mean, you made that, you used double-sided paper. You've done the whole rigmarole with that. Now I am going to cut a circle in this. I'm going to try and center it up as best I can. and I'm going to cut a circle in this. See something real quick. Yeah, that covers up. Okay. I just wanted to make sure it comes over the edge of the... It comes past the edge of the acetate is what I'm going for. I want it to be bigger than the acetate. So I'm going to center this up as best I can. If it's a little off here or there, it's not a huge deal. You're trying to make it fit, right? Well, that's not helpful. It's a good thing I'm gluing it down and I don't need to see it. Okay, so we're going to cut the circle just like we did before. Now I have this circle. I'm going to keep these together because this is going to be our next project. Okay, so I have this. And now basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to put glue around here. I'm going to go around my circle. Sorry, I always pull things in close when I'm working on them. I know you guys are probably tired of hearing me say I'm sorry I'm working low. But it's in my nature not to work on things at arm's length. And the reason this is out at arm's length for me is because if you go back and watch my video where I show where I do all my craft space, somebody even, I think, left in the comments, where do you sit? I don't. I stand because I don't have a table that has a place for me to tuck a chair under, which is why all of this is out at arm's length for me, because my crafting area is, I'm standing and leaning over a table. Okay, so I'm going to line this circle up, hopefully, so that none of it is showing on the outside, because once this is down, the one thing you do have to watch is once it's down, you're pretty much stuck with any overhang. The other thing you could do is cut that circle slightly wider. Your goal is to hold the acetate down out around these edges. My goal is not to hold the acetate down in the middle. So if you wanted to make this circle, like if I wanted to go one step wider with my blade, if you happen to have this cutter, or if you have a different cutting system and you want to go like 1/4 of an inch wider so that you're gluing out here and you don't have the danger, that would be a good idea too. Also, I meant to cut it a little bit higher so that I could go up to the edge. I don't want to have to worry about stepping down on that. So I've created myself a lip, and this is what I do with the lips. So I'm going to go ahead and put this here. Just like that. And put that down. Cut this off, and then we can fold up our pocket. Okay, so we're not going to glue the back, we're going to glue these tabs. So I'll glue up this one side. And we'll fold this over. I'm not working on the glue mat here, so I'm like, I seem to have buried my rag again. Joy of my crafting life. I'm constantly burying things in here. Okay, and there you go. That is the construction of a CD pocket. All right, we'll see if we can do the next one a little quicker. Okay, so that is the basics on how we get that done. And like, well, I mean, I don't want to put something in there that is the same, but there you go. So then you put a card in there and you can see it through the window, and then the window on the back. Now, the one thing I didn't do that I did do with some of the other ones is if you wanted to decorate back here so that when you took the card out, there was also decoration on the back, you probably ought to do it before you glue it closed. It's going to be kind of hard to, I mean, this is big enough that I can get in there if I want to and stick something down, but it will probably be a lot easier to do it if you do it before you glue the pocket shut. Right? Okay, so the other option, of course, is to make smaller ones. So maybe we will make some 5-inch ones. I'm trying to think if I have, yeah, because with this, I can cut a 3-inch circle or a 3.5-inch circle. So maybe we'll make some 5-inch pockets. So this one is done, not decorated, but done. And I was thinking we could do this paper. This is also, I don't remember what did we cut off? 6.5 inches, right? So I can still make a 5-inch one out of this. So set that off to the side. Maybe I'll make a 5-inch one. And then of course, if you have little, I mean, you can make little ones. That might be fun. See how small you want to go. All right, now I was thinking I wanted this on the edge. What about at the bottom? That won't be the bottom. That'll be the top. What about at the top? Then I feel like it's upside down. Guys, I really kind of wanted that on there, but like if I do it this way, we would have to have, now there's nothing to say that you can't have a side opening CD pocket. It could open from the side, right? Why not? Maybe we'll do that. Maybe we'll make a side opening one. In which case it's going to fold this way. So I need to take 2 inches off. We're going to make a 5-inch one, right? So I need to take 2 inches off. And I'm going to need a different one of these. So 2 inches off here. And we'll save this strip for something else. All right, and then what I think I'm going to do, I was going to cut this in half, but since I want that to be my pocket, we're going to end up not making 5-inch ones. You can get 2 out of a piece of scrapbook paper, right? Even if you cut 6 inches to have your, so I'm going to go 1, 2, 3 on this side, 1, 2, 3 on that side. Cut here. Wait. Okay, we're going to cut here. I'm just going to go ahead and do 6, and then we'll have a 1/2-inch fold over. I'm going to wring her neck. My daughter, I'm going to lose it. 1, 2, 3. She's up there screeching. It's funny because at night when she's, now that it's summer, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and she's on her computer with her friends and she's talking and they're laughing and they're giggling and it's like she has no concept of the fact that there are people in the rest of the house sleeping. So she's like, she's loud, and I'm like, drives me crazy. Just drives me crazy. Okay. I'm going to get my scoreboard out again. And we're going to do all our scoring and cutting and whatnot. And I'm going to try and do this one a little, now that we've done it once. All right, this time I cut 6 inches wide and it's going to be a 5-inch square. So I'm going to score at the 1/2-inch mark all the way down. And remember, we're cutting half of it off. And I'm going to score at, it's 6 inches, so I'm going to score at 5.5. So we're scoring at 1/2 and 5.5. Okay, and then I can turn this way and score at 5. Making sure that goes to 10, score at 5. Right? Okay. Put my scoreboard away. And let's make another pocket. I think what I'll do, I took out another piece of paper to make 3 of these, but maybe we'll just make the 2. See, that's going to fold like that, and that's going to be the top of our pocket. It's kind of cool with the roses hanging down. Or it could also be the side of the pocket, right? You could do it that way, which is what we talked about. All right, so again, I'm going to clip. Well, first I'm going to take the tape off of here. All right, I'm going to clip from my score line out at an angle down. And we're going to do it again on the other side from the score line out at an angle down, right? Okay, and this is the front of my pocket, so these are the ones I want to keep. Those are the flaps I want to keep. And we're going to go here. Let's move up 1 so that we're at 1 inch. Okay, and I can get my little ruler. Trying to move relatively quickly. And this should be at about 5.5, so I should be able to go to 5.5. And cut from my score line down this way, right? And then up at an angle. And cut it loose. And then, oh good, so I didn't mess that up. All right, and then we're going to do the same thing. We're going to line it up. We're going to go to the 1/2 inch mark. I've said before, guys, I'm a measurer. I like my numbers. They keep me understanding what's going on, all that kind of good stuff. Okay, and then out this way and break it free. And there we have it. Okay, and now we have our pocket, right? This one's 5 inches. We might do it that way. Who knows? So now we're going to take our circle I fold these just to, let's see where I want to position this. So my edge is coming down right about there, and my edge is coming, okay, that seems about centered. Now I'm going to take my widest one, because I'm going to put a small, it'll be a 3-inch window. So it's going to be the same, it's going to be 2 inches less, like it was on the other one. It is going to cut off some of these flowers that I like. But okay, there we go. I still think that's really cute. And here we have a circle. Okay. Now, like I said before, what I might do with my, I'm going to use this same paper. We're going to cut it down to a 5. I'm actually going to cut this one too close to a 5-inch square. So we're going to go cut this coffee dyed side off. Just a little under. Right? And we're going to turn it. Make sure it's 5 inches this way. Just a little under. I'm just going a hair on the one side of my 5-inch line. Okay. And then we are going to take, this time we are going to take this, and I'm going to pull my circle in some. So this ring is going to be a little bit wider, about 1/4 of an inch wider than the ring in my... Remember I was telling you you could make your circle a little bit bigger on your liner sheet? I'm going to go all the way back around because I missed a spot. Okay. And I'll show you what I mean. So when I put this in here, it sits like that. Okay, and I did it slightly off center, so this it can go all the way to the top and I can trim it. Right? Okay, so now we need our piece of acetate. 3-inch circle, 4-inch piece of acetate. Where's the piece that I had that I just... The other half of the one. Here we go. All right, so we need a 4-inch square here. Like I said, all of these steps, this is just how I do it. I'm hoping that, you know, it helps you if you've been trying to make a CD pocket, or you wanted a CD pocket and you don't have any. I think this is a great way to make decorative CD pockets for journals. 1, 2, 3, 4. Rather than having to, I mean, if you have old CD pockets, great. I used to have a bunch, and I thought I had them around here somewhere, but I can't find them to save my life, so I apparently don't. All right, so now let's do the inside of our pocket. So I'm going to go all the way around the circle. After this one, we've made 2. So after this one, I think maybe we'll look for some decorative elements. So all the way around the pocket, make sure we seal the acetate really good. I'm telling you, working with this clear stuff, I keep losing it on my desk. Okay, put that down all the way around. I'm going to kind of rub my glue. I think I got a little out to the outside, but I'm going to try and rub the glue out away from the circle. So I push out this way, try and move the glue out into the outer parts of the acetate. Okay, and there we have another one with the acetate on it. All right, and then we're going to take our ring and we're going to glue it down. Now I was trying to think of something I might put in here as a like a decoration. I would want something nice and flat that I don't have to worry about anything I slide in there catching on. That's always my thing about pockets, is I don't want anything catching on them. And I think I just put glue out onto the area that is going to get cut off. I did. So I'm going to get my glue back because I'm going to end up with glue all over my thing if I don't. All right, so let's glue this down. This lining piece is, of course, personal preference. If you want to take the time to put more glue under your acetate and glue it down more firmly around its edges, then maybe you don't need to do this step. I do it for 2 reasons. One, because I feel like I feel like it helps to hold the acetate down. I don't know how well the glue will hold it long term. And so since it's bigger than the acetate, it's glued down back here, and that acetate is sandwiched between two pieces of cardstock. It's not going anywhere. So there's that. And then there's just the idea that I didn't glue down the outer edges of the acetate. So I want to make sure that they don't catch on anything going into the pocket. And like I said, that part of it, you can, of course, just glue your acetate down better. All right, so that is our pocket. Now, something that we might want to put on the inside of here. It's very busy, isn't it? That's that paper. Remember that paper? You guys remember that paper? Okay, let's see how this would look in here. Wait. Like that. Yeah, see? And then you can decorate the inside. So maybe we'll do that, and we'll put a little number sticker with it. I mean, a little number label with it. Let's see. Might actually do one of the red ones. That'd be fun. Now this stuff is on copy paper. This is really thin. I think it will be okay inside the pocket as long as I get all the edges down good. Trim this up because I did not cut that straight. Okay. So let me glue this down. Oh, maybe I'll ink it. Should we? I could probably ink it with something other than vintage photo, but the other thing you can do before you attach the acetate, of course, is ink the inside of your circle. I did not do that on either one. So that's obviously an option. We are going to put this down inside the pocket. Again, I'm going to try and make sure I have all my edges down. Now, of course, on the outside of the pocket, all bets are off as long as you're okay with like whatever, like if you put fabric or something out there, as long as you're okay with, you know, whatever bulk it's going to create and whatever journal you use it in, you can do as much as you want. Now I'm making sure all my edges are down, I hope. I also don't want glue inside my pocket. So this is one of those ones where this is going to be somewhat important. Okay, sorry about that, guys. In my effort to make sure that I didn't have any edges popping up, I put way too much glue in there, and let's try the glue stick on this and we'll see. No, any of that'll work, so I can stick it right there. Okay, now make sure that's nice and down. Okay, and I think we're good. So we'll close this up. Oh, well, now the roses are definitely at the top because I put that label in there like that. I wasn't even thinking about it. And these words are all upside down, and what a mess. See, this is what happens when you lose track of what you're doing and don't pay attention. Don't do that. All right, let's get this done, and then I'll see if I've got any little fun decorations to put on any of these. And we will call it a day. I hope you guys, I hope if anybody else is looking to start, like pockets is my big thing. I'm always looking for new and interesting pockets. I feel like journaling cards are journaling cards. I mean, sometimes you get one that's, you know, got a secret tuck spot here, or it's decorated a certain way or whatever. That's just a matter of decorating. But new, cool, unique pockets. That's why I started this book first, because that's always something that I also want to do just like a, I guess it would be called a page ideas book. I don't know why that's like that, but it is. Okay, so there is that. And then I don't know if I would put anything out here just because that's so, yeah. I mean, we could try it. I do think that I might put, okay, so this one goes like this. And I was thinking somewhere around here. I think that's kind of cute since it's a CD pocket. I don't know about that. Oh, I know what I wanted to do. Maybe do this. Might put some of this on here. Well, or not. What is going on? Oh, there we go. So maybe we'll put it down like that. My glue gun's all tangled around everything because I just can't stand not getting tangled around everything. All right, so what I'm going to basically do, well, I can cut this off because I know where it needs to be. And then I'm going to go, we're going to do these one at a time. Whoa. I hate when you first start a string of glue with a glue gun, how it, like, a ton of it all comes out at one time. So I'll probably go in there. I've learned that if you're really gentle about it, sometimes you can go in there and cut that out with your craft knife. The excess glue, if you can see it and it's bugging you, sometimes you can go in there and cut that out with your craft knife. These kind of don't sit straight. It's almost like they're stitched together crooked. I was going to say they were purposely inset, but they're not. I don't know. It's kind of odd. Maybe it was just me. Maybe I'm putting them down crooked. That's a possibility too. So I've put 3 of them down. So basically what I'm doing is I'm going around the little thing and then I'm gluing the piece down. And this one is going to get cut short. So I'm just going to glue this curly Q. I'm not going to glue the bottom one. And then I'm going to go up and around because I think below that curly Q is where it's going to cut off. Okay. So they just kind of walk down the side of the pocket there. And then we can trim this off the bottom. Like that. Which isn't great, but I might put something down there to help kind of decorate. Not that. I was thinking more along the lines of like a button or something. So like something like that. It's not the right color green, so not that. Oh, wait, no, yes. That's too big. Is it too big? What do you think? Too big? I don't know, I kind of think that's cute. All right, I'm doing it, guys. I know you guys are like, here she goes with her buttons again. Oh, come on, that's adorable. And then tuck that in there under the button. Yeah. Cute. Okay. We're gonna... I'm not going to try and use hot glue on this because it'll probably melt right through the acetate. I'm actually slightly worried that Fabri-Tac is going to go through the acetate only because it's a solvent-based glue, and you never know what's going to eat through the thin acetate plastic that they use for stickers and stuff. So I'm kind of leery. I'm hoping it doesn't eat a hole in the plastic, but okay, guys. So these are our CD pockets. If I had been paying attention, this would be a side load one. But because I stuck that sticker on there that way, it's going to be a top load one. And we've got the flowers around to decorate it. I feel like this one, unless you wanted to stick like a label here or something, it's got so many flowers and stuff on it. I'm not sure. Ooh. I've been doing butterflies recently, mostly because I have like a huge box. But this might be an option. Maybe we could stick a butterfly on there. Not that butterfly. Oh, I kind of like him. He's nice and blue. That's pretty. All right, we're going to hold on to him. Ooh, what about this one? Oh, I'm liking this idea. I just got to find the one that, like, I look at it and I go, yes, that's it. I'm wondering if I should do pink. Because of the... But that's pink all on one side. I suppose I could put the butterfly on this side. Although I'll admit, I was trying to cover up this word because it's noticeably upside down. I could stand here all day and do this. This is kind of fun. I'm trying to figure out the perfect butterfly for this corner. Not orange. There's not a lot of orange in it. I don't actually have a lot of pink butterflies. The pink butterflies I have, or this pink butterfly I have, is from a kit from the Dollar Tree. Oh, I kind of like him on there. Oh, he goes really well. Okay, guys, I'm not going to torture you anymore. We'll do him. Okay, so... All right, so this is our CD pockets, guys. I hope you guys are, if you're wanting to make an idea book and you like the idea of coming up with different kinds of pockets, that maybe you'll follow along with me and start an idea book of your own. Come and craft with me, and we'll get some pockets made. This is kind of a mass make. I don't craft fast, so when I mass make, 5 is a mass make for me. I don't necessarily, when I mass make, get like a dozen of something done. Especially if, since I'm making a video, I decide to decorate them. So these are our CD pockets. On my own, off camera, I will probably sit down and make a whole bunch of these out of some scrapbook paper that I've got sitting around. And yeah, I like this idea. Again, book. Now, I think these pages were 5 3/4, so this isn't going to fit in here, and it won't fit on the cover. But I could put this one in here, which I probably will, just because I faux pod with the top. But again, I hope you guys are enjoying this. I hope that you will come along with me and create your idea book and make some pockets and, just have some fun with me. And I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.